get updates as they come. You saw Jesse there giving an update on that story and which we have now. I'm sure we'll get more updates as they come in. All right, so we want to shift now to Newark. Newark has been in the headlines for weeks now, specifically their airport. They've had their troubles there at Newark Airport, Newark, New Jersey. So right now, happening live, Secretary Duffy is speaking. Sean Duffy, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, is speaking at Newark Airport, and he's talking about a runway reopening. Here's one of the officials talking. It's not Secretary Duffy, but this is one of the officials there. Let's take a listen in.
The number of flights that we have at the airport, and while we would, at United, would love to schedule more flights, we can only schedule as many as the airport can handle. And so having the infrastructure right, having the staffing right at the TRACON, at the tower, and in the centers, but also having the airport realistically scheduled is the key to letting this be the crown jewel that it really is for not just United Airlines, not just for New Jersey, but really for the entire country. Because Newark, the United Airlines hub here, actually is the largest single airline international gateway, particularly to Europe, of anywhere in the country. It really is a crown jewel of Americans visiting and seeing the world, and for people from around the world to come experience this country. So a huge thank you to everyone. We are glad to put this in the rearview mirror, and as I told you, customers can not only book with confidence. We did get well behind on bookings because of the perception issues around Newark recently, and so that means more seats are available, which means that the fares are better than they're probably going to ever be in the years to come. So now's the time to book your vacation. If you want to go to Europe or you want to head across the country, now's the time, because you're going to have not just a good value, you're going to have great people of United taking care of you, but you're also going to have an airport that is likely to be the most reliable of any of the New York airports, just like it was before the runway construction for the remainder of summer. So thank you all for joining us, and with that, I'll turn it over to a congressman from this great state, which is a crown jewel for us and for the country, Congressman Tom Kean.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's good. It's great to be with you here with the Secretary, here with the leadership of the wonderful organizations. If New Jersey, the region, and the United States are going to be successful, Newark Airport has to be open. It's that simple. And this great partnership that came in 13 days early is going to be a real benefit and a real focus for other airports to follow their lead. The Port Authority did a phenomenal job. The FAA, DOT did extraordinary jobs. That partnership, as well as with the private sector, with Verizon, as well as with United, making sure that the communication was key. Infrastructure has to work. The timing has to be predictable, and together we can make sure that safety is paramount, but we can make sure this stays open and make sure we have the funding from the federal level as well. Thank you.
All right, we're happy to take any of the questions you may have for us. Yes?
So when are passengers, thank you. So when are passengers really going to see a change or a difference, and, you know, in volume and the ability to book more flights and options, things like that?
So I'll take a crack at that. If I get it wrong, Chris will tell me. So we're at 28 flights an hour right now. Once the runway gets certified, we're going to increase that to 34 flights an hour. So you're going to start to see that, and that's going to be the 9th or 10th. We think it's going to be certified, so a little over a week. And so then when you'll have more capacity coming out of this airport, and we're going to hold that then for the summer. We're not going to reevaluate the number of flights per hour until we get to October.
Yeah. I'll just add that from a customer perspective, what's selling right now is that 34 flights. So if you book, you can have confidence that the selling schedules are equal to the 34 that the Secretary said, so you can book with confidence.
Yes.
Hi, Katie Corrado from Pix 11. So you had to, particularly United, cancel flights voluntarily, and that is with one runway down. So now that you've added this runway back, Can you start adding flights back? Is that in the foreseeable future?
They are. So the schedule is now built starting June 15th at 34. It's 28 until then, but the airport's going to easily be able to handle the 28 because the runway's back early. But once it's back to starting June 15th, the airport is scheduled at 34 per day. And again, that's what's in the selling schedules today. So if you're buying a ticket this summer, you can have confidence that that's the schedule. And I think we'll be able to gradually ramp that up by the time we get out to October and look at the data. But we're confident. And the other thing that United has done is fly bigger airplanes. So we'll have fewer flights. We have fewer regional jets, and we're flying bigger aircraft in to keep the number of seats for customers similar to what it was before. But the schedule is now set.
Okay.
Just to add to that, we had three problems. One, the runway was getting rebuilt, and again today we're celebrating 13 days early. We had a telecom issue. That new fiber is laid, but it has to be tested. And then we have the staffing issue with air traffic controllers. So all of those things on a rolling basis are going to come online. And as that happens, we're going to be able to expand the capacity of the airport. But again, you can't snap your fingers and make it happen really quickly because these things take longer than a week or two or even a month.
And it looks like that shot froze, but that was Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, along with other officials there, talking about the reopening of a runway there in Newark at the airport. The airport has seen its troubles.
And then the air traffic controllers you mentioned.
I think we
there's
got
been
it back,
training
actually.
that
I hear it
they
in my
should
ear.
be able
Let's
to
send you
roll
back out
over the
there to
next
that
year.
press
Can you give us
conference.
a little more particulars on that? Do you expect all of those air traffic controllers that are getting trained for Area C to be, rolling out like a year today? Like how can you just give
All right, looks like that shot froze. Apologies again, but again, they're talking about the new the runway reopening. One of the runways reopening there at Newark Airport that has seen its troubles,